This is where the music matters. 94.3 The X. Front Range Alternative.
In numerology, people with birthdays today. What personal year?
February 10th. Happy birthday, everybody. And happy birthday, Susan. If you're listening, I have a friend named Susan with her birthday.
Happy birthday, Susan.
Yay. And you're in a personal year 3 this year. So if you remember, numerology years run from 1 to 9 and back to 1 again. So a 3-year is a really great year. It's ask yourself, what do I want to create, or what do I want to be this year? And it's your year to be very social, very active. It's great for relationships, but it's also a year to make yourself happy, to experience as much joy and happiness as you can. But in order to be happy, you need to look at what makes you unhappy. So this is your year to let go of those relationships, that job, or those things that make you unhappy, or change it, and then go after what really does make you happy. So it's your create a new you year. Awesome. So it's a lot of fun. It's really good. Communications are great. It's just doing what feels right for you in a very unselfish but self-loving way.
Nice.
It's awesome. I love 3 years. Yeah.
Very cool. That's your 3-year. Awesome. Yeah. It's 94.3 The X. If you want to speak to Marla Mitchell, she's a psychic, and she can help you out with pretty much anything. Finances, career, health.
Spirit animal.
Yep, spirit animals.
Medium work.
Or if you don't have a question but you want to talk to a psychic,
and you want a
do
cold reading. Yeah, just
do it.
Call in. It'll be very high level, so I may not get too specific. But yeah, I'll tell you what's coming up for 2016 if you want to see what's going on.
Yep. 1-800-595-2943. 1-800-595-2943. I actually have a friend who works here at the radio station who asked me the other day, so how does Marla figure out what spirit animal people have? And I was like, well, I can't really explain it, but I
can't explain it either. It just pops in my head.
Yeah.
So that's how I do my readings. Even when I'm doing medium work, I'll just I'm very aware of the energy in the room, the temperature. Right now, I can sense you and me in the room, Molly. I'm very aware of your energy. It's like almost like how I'm sensing the heat from your body. And so when I tune in to a question or an energy force other than the human that's already in the room with me, I can pick up a shift in the corner over there, or a shift in something. And so if people ask me a question, I close my eyes, and then something pops in my head, or I feel a presence, and like an animal, and I'll go, oh, it's a leopard, or oh, it's a marmot, or
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Now, my friend, her name is Sue. Would you be able to tell what her spirit animal is?
I might be able to. I mean, not right now, because I'm just now noticing the phone's ringing.
Yes.
But we could try later, sure.
Okay, yeah, sure. All right. It's 94.3 The X. People calling in at 1-800-595-2943. 94.3 The X. Who's this?
This is Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. What's your question for Marla?
Well, I called a couple months ago. It was around Christmas time.
Okay.
And my relationship with my husband was really in a rough spot. And I kind of feel like he's making more improvements and trying a little bit harder to be part of the family and things like that. And I just wanted to see what she thought about, how our outlook is. If it's looking better, because it was pretty grim back then.
Okay, let's see, because people can change, if they really want to. So let me just do a relationship spread for Nicole. You want to give me your husband's first name? You can give me a fake one.
Tyler.
Okay. There is a change. I got the card that says change, and a lot of it is because you have been speaking up, or you've been doing something different. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep doing what you're doing, because people change if they want to, but if we want them to treat us differently, we need to change first, like better boundaries, or ask for what we want. Of course, in a very high integrity, kind way. But so you've been changing your behavior, which is forcing him, maybe even unconsciously, to change his behavior. And I've got dreams coming true, so it does look better. Success with expectations. The other thing too, a lot of us all of us put expectations on our partners, on our children, on our friendships, and we expect people to act a certain way. So if you can let go of those expectations, which it sounds like you have, and if he lets go of his and just work on yourselves, you can find a lot of the love coming back, a lot of more things in common. And so that's what I'm seeing, expectations being put aside to where you just work on yourselves and do what you feel is right. And then I get dominion, which is bliss. And then I get let go of fear. It does look better. I'm not going to say you're out of the woods yet, right? There's still a lot of work, but it does show improvement. I would agree with that because I got the last one is weathering the storm. So that means if you picture a tornado or a hurricane, being in the storm is when you're getting hit by the debris and you're caught up in expectations and your own anger and suffering and pain. And when you go into the eye of the storm, it's calm and you're there with yourself working on your part of it. And so stay in the eye, both of you, stay out of the drama, don't feed it. And there's hope, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's good. It kind of feels like it's getting better. And the thing I think I worry about the most is our kids. They've had a lot of stress and health problems because of the stress and stuff like that. And, you know, it's hard to know how to help them or if I'm doing enough to, you know, kind of ease problems. I've been trying not to talk, you know, too much about what's going on with me and their dad, because it seems like I was being pretty negative for a while, and then I realized I was saying that to the kids
or in front of them.
Good.
Yeah. And that will make their tummies hurt, their head hurt. That will just make them not feel good, and they may not even know why, right? Yeah. They'll just know that they don't feel good because there's fear in there. Because kids nowadays know what divorce is. Kids nowadays know what all that stuff is, and plus they can sense the energy. If mom and dad are fighting, kids can sense that just like an animal can.
Yeah.
So the more positive you can be about your husband and vice versa in front of the kids, the better off the kids will be. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. That makes sense.
Way to go, Nicole.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Right. Bye.
It's 94.3 The X. If you've called in before, like several months ago, like Nicole has, give us a call at some point again and check in with us. We've had a lot of great calls over the last several months.
Oh, yeah. Give us some feedback. If I predicted something and it came true, or even if it didn't, I'm fine with giving you a new course correction or see what did or didn't happen and why. So we're very open to that as well.
Yes, 1-800-595-2943, 1-800-595-2943 is how you can get in touch with Marla this morning until 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I had we talked about crystals a little bit last week, and I had a client yesterday come in and she wanted to know about where to put the crystals. And she goes, you know, my husband's not into hanging these crystals all over the house.
Right.
And I go, well, you know, if you have a room that, you know, gets a lot of traffic and you're worried about negative energy, you can take a little crystal and you can put it on top of the curtain rod.
There you
or
go.
up high on a shelf. It doesn't matter. It can be very indiscreetly placed in a room anywhere, and it will help brighten the energy in that room and keep it clear. Now, you'll need to take it down and, you know, run it under cold water once in a while or clear it, like setting it in the sun. But you can hide these little crystals. I have them hidden all over the house as well. Some of them are hanging in plain sight. But they do help with the feng shui of the house energy. Yeah. And they'll balance it out. Yeah, so that's a really good question I had from a gal yesterday. Yeah.
Now, what kind of crystals do you have around in your house? Because I know you can use pretty much any crystal.
Yeah.
Which ones do you have?
The ones I have hanging and hidden around in little nooks and crannies on top curtain rods are just plain quartz crystals. That's a tongue twister. They're clear. They can be colored purple or, you know. But the ones I use with clients or on myself are more specific, like jasper and numite and hematite and sugilite and all those, fluorite. But for just hanging around the house, they're just quartz crystals that you can buy anywhere at the store. And there's a lot of different kinds of quartz crystals. There's rose quartz and all of that. Okay, I've got a call.
There we go. Got another one. It's 94.3 The X. Who's this?
Yeah, my name's Brandy.
Hey, Brandy. What's your question for Marla?
Actually, I just kind of wanted a general reading, but then also I was curious about the number 17 because for a couple years now it's significant in my life a lot.
Number 17? Okay. Let me look at that real quick. I have the website up right here for you. Hold on. I know 1 is about leadership and 7 is about spirituality. 1 relates to new beginnings and motivation. 7 is enlightenment and psychic abilities. So when you put the 2 together, your angels want you to know that you are on the right path on your life's journey, that you have a good reason to be optimistic about your chosen direction. They're giving you a message for you to listen to your higher self and your intuition, and also ask that whatever's for my highest good, which I tell people a lot, ask that when you see the 17, say whatever's for my highest good, please give me the message or please guide me, because you're following your soul's purpose. So it's positive. It's manifesting your highest ideals and aspirations. It's a spiritually based number. And it's just the angels ensuring you that you're doing good, that you're on the right path. So I don't know, next time you see 17, tune in to what you were just thinking about or a concern you had that day, and they're just reiterating to you that you're doing okay, you're doing good.
Okay.
Okay? Now let me do a cold reading for you. Okay. Wonderful. Flip these cards out here. Great cards. Okay, so you have, this is your year of strength, of growth. You have, you definitely are on path, because I got the path card again. So just validating the 17, you are growing stronger along your path. You are creating this year. You are using your past to help influence the present and the future by all the lessons you've learned. And lessons, by that I mean anytime we've suffered in our life, we're learning a lesson. Because when we suffer, that's when we're the furthest away from our soul's connection to spirit. And suffering, eventually we get to the point of surrender. We let go, we learn the lesson, and then we get back on path. And so you have done that, like we all have. We've all suffered. You've been through your suffering. Not that you won't suffer again, but you've learned a lot of good lessons, and you are directly on path right now. Okay. A burden is being lifted. You've changed some behaviors and some thoughts, and you are working towards a new, improved version of you, because I got the Empress, which is a very high-level card in the deck of tarot, and the Sun has come out. Now, the Sun is the major card of positive attitudes, positive things coming your way, abundance. It's like a congratulations, here's a reward for all your hard work. The light at the end of the tunnel card is coming through, which means, again, if you've been through a rough patch, the light at the end of the tunnel is right there. You just have to go through one more turn. So just hang in there, keep going, nurture yourself through this last turn. By that I mean get enough sleep, eat right, all of those things. The Magician comes in, another major card, which means you are manifesting at a very high rate, okay? So watch your thoughts. If they go negative, catch yourself. Do not be hard on yourself for being, oh, I was just negative for the last 5 hours. Instead say, oh, cool, I caught this thought, and now I'm going to change it to a positive affirmation. And then completion is the card of finishing a phase, everything being tied up in a nice, tidy little package, and you can put that away and move into something very positive. This could be tied to a relationship work as possible healing, but it looks very, very positive if I close my eyes and just tune into further changes in 2016. I feel like the light at the end of the tunnel finally gets done and breaks free right at the end of spring, like April, May. It feels like you come out the other side. The light then is right there in your face. That's the sun. And it looks really positive. So just keep hanging in there. Keep doing what you're doing. A lot of positive things coming on, especially from May on for you. I feel a calming down. Have you been through a rocky road the last year?
Yeah, kind of. I have. It's had some major ups and downs. So I'm ready for it to just, have steadiness.
Yeah, and that's life. We all have, like I said earlier, we all suffer, we all have pain, we all have drama, but there are times when it's just kind of calm. And that's when we need to enjoy the calm or the lulls, because we know there's going to be that rock and roll again. So just enjoy the calm of this year. You're going to go through one more just kind of a finishing up of things, and then it's going to calm down, and it's going to be like a nice breather for you. So just enjoy 2016. Don't worry about next year. We'll deal with next year when it happens, okay?
All righty. Sounds good. Thank you for your advice.
Thanks,
All right,
Brandy.
thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Car music is your music. Listen as much as you like. 94.3 The X, Front Range Alternative.
94.3 The X, who's this?
Hi, my name is Alex.
Hey, Alex, what's your question for Marla?
Well, I was hoping to get some really brief relationship advice and then a cold reading.
Okay.
What's the brief relationship? What's the question?
Well, so I've been with my boyfriend for about 3.5 years, and I get the feeling that, well, I'm in love with him, and he's definitely, he's in love with me, but has a lot of walls up, and so it's pretty inhibited. So it's been very difficult.
Can you give me a first name, even if you just make a fake name up?
Yeah, it's Eric.
Alex and Eric. Okay,
Yeah.
Let me just look at the two of you on a teeter-totter. Yeah. Well, okay, so on the teeter-totter, you're on the left, he's on the right. You're definitely more engaged. You're definitely more seated on it, more solid. I can see through him, which means he's transparent. Now, that's not bad. It just means he's not all there. Do you understand? He's not 100% wholeheartedly in the relationship. Let me see if there's anything you can do to change that, or if he's just, like you said, got a block up. Let me see what's going on with Eric. Hold on a second. Okay, so working on his stuff. There is hope. Let me say that. There is love. Wow, I got 2 love cards in a row. Yes. So I wouldn't break up with him. I wouldn't let go or give up hope just yet. If it were me, I would keep working on myself. I would keep working on my past issues, the little tapes that play in our head, because when we meet someone and we're dating them, and no matter how long we're dating or married to them, people know how to push buttons. And so whatever triggers he trips for you, work on that, recognize it, and just keep working on you and let him work on him. Don't bug him. Don't push too much. But if there is a time where he does want to talk, those few times that men want to really listen, right?
The few times.
The few times that you catch that he's really in a good mood to listen, then say, I feel, or I'm afraid about give your feelings and don't attack him and say, why aren't we committed? Or why don't you instead say, I'm really scared, or tell your feelings. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But
yes.
Keep working on you, and there is hope. He's not off the teeter-totter. He's just transparent, which means he's just not 100% there yet. Sometimes it takes, women too, some people just take a little bit longer, depending on their past, to let go of their baggage. Okay? Okay. Now, a cold reading.
Thank you.
Let me do a real quick cold reading because you asked for that. Do we have a lot of callers, Molly?
We have one more on the line.
Okay.
We're fine.
Hang on, caller. Okay. Let me give real quick a cold reading for Alex. Okay, you are with a soulmate. So he is a soulmate. That came up first and foremost. Now, soulmates can be difficult because it means, in my opinion, we've been with them before in a past life. And so there's karma there. There's lessons to be learned. So this is a very important relationship. He will change. They're giving me even more information. Things are going to change and going to get better in the relationship arena. I'm also feeling like, I don't know if your job is changing or if you're thinking of moving or changing jobs, but that feels also to be very significant this year. Does that make sense?
It does, but I'm not. I love my job, and it's new. I've been here about 1.5 years, but I don't plan on going anywhere. I'm hoping to, at least.
You're either up for promotion or something different in that job, because I see an elevation of status. And so the way you earn your money is going to change. So just keep doing your best, keep working on you, and the move could be they're moving you up. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Alex.
All right. Thank you so much, Marla.
Have a great Valentine's Day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. It's 94.3 The X. Who's this?
This is Robin.
Hey, Robin. What's your question for Marla?
I have a quick question about my father's health. he's had a blood clot in his leg since April last year, and it hasn't gotten any better. And he's getting ready to go in for back surgery this month, and he's never had surgery before. So I just want to see if there's any improvements with his health.
Okay, what's his first name?
His name's Ken.
Ken, okay. All right, let me just look at Ken's health. So he's had a clot in his leg, and now he's going in for back surgery. Okay, so there, I got the pregnancy card first off the bat, and pregnancy is not necessarily about pregnancy, but it is a health-related card. So, and I always see that as a positive, like his health improving over the next 9 months. I think the surgery is a good idea, however scary it is to everyone around him. It's necessary, and it will improve his health. I also have another card here, Ace of Pentacles, which also means a new health promise, like it's coming in. There's going to be a little bit of drama with, like, his recovery may be difficult. His recovery may be slow. So expectations for himself and for people around him to just, he's older, I'm guessing, so the older we get, the longer it takes to recover usually. And but he is going to be okay. Is he a Pisces or a Leo by any chance?
He's a Gemini.
He's the Gemini. Okay, because I got the Pisces card, which is drama, and the Leo card, which is strength. So he has the strength to get through this, and the drama could be his own expectations of how long it may take him to heal from this. But if I look at him on a teeter-totter, he's not going anywhere. It's not his time. Just remind him, that everyone's there to support him. He's going to be okay. And I'm not too concerned about the clot in his leg. It may never go away. It just feels to be, I don't know what it's there. It doesn't feel to be anything serious, at least not right now. Okay?
Okay. And my husband's had 3 stents put in his heart. Do you see him just kind of being steady from here forward?
His first name?
Bob.
Bob. Let me look at Bob. There's a little, it's steady, but there's going to be more work necessary. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Down the road. Like, this is a temporary fix, but there's going to be more requirements of him. I don't know if he needs to work on his own health, whether that's diet or habits or things like that. But I do feel there is more coming, but I wouldn't worry about it, because worry doesn't serve any purpose. He's stable now. That's all that matters. Live in the moment, okay? Enjoy everyone and everything around you. That's how we should all live every day in the present. And he's fine right now, okay?
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Robin. It's 94.3 The X. Who's this?
Morgan?
Hey, Morgan. What's your question for Marla?
I was wondering if some relationship advice. I've been in a long-term relationship that's been very rocky all along, and just wondering if this is worth pursuing and fighting for, or if it's time to move on, and just kind of a cold reading.
Okay. Just give me his name only.
His name is Chris.
Chris.
Are our names said, or are they changed?
Say that again?
Are the names used, or are they changed?
We're on the air right now.
We're on the air. Don't worry. We can change that name. What's his name again? George?
Yes.
Let's call it George and Morgan. Okay, no worries. Don't worry. Yeah, you are live on the air.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's okay. And if he is listening, then he knows you care. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's okay. Awesome. Okay. The cards are okay. I do feel that there are some controls issue. That the battles between the two of you, I'm going to put you on a teeter-totter, George on the right and you on the left. We're going to call you Mary and George, okay? A lot of it's control, and the battle is, it feels to be more along his side, where needing to feel in control or needing to feel empowered. Oftentimes when we need to be in control, we actually have a lot of things under the surface that make us feel insecure, and we either are not willing to address it or we're just afraid. And so then we exert our power to not either admit it or to let the other person see us feel weak, okay? I feel you in more fear than he is, and I feel you in more worry and concern. The cards show actually a decision. I got the Lover's card, which is a positive card, that you guys are still committed to each other. You're both still sitting on the teeter-totter, but it does feel like you asked if this is worth investing still. Let me just ask you, if you weren't fearful and worried, and maybe you want to answer off the air on your own, but just the way we make decisions is if you weren't so afraid or worried about, anything in the relationship, just let your fears go. What would you do? Would you stay? Would you fight for it? Or would you let go? Are you done? Would you surrender? It's just kind of something that you can ask yourself on your own. If I wasn't afraid, what would I do? And if you feel like, well, I would hang in there because I feel like this is worth hanging in there for, then hang in there. But if you get like, I'm so done and I don't care what anybody else thinks, I've given it my best and I'm done, then you're done, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
But the cards do look hopeful. It really is a personal choice for you more than him. I feel like he's still in it. It does. It just feels like he's afraid of losing you, or he's afraid of something. And so he may be exerting some control or power. But it just depends on how well you guys communicate. And that feels to be difficult right now.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Something else about this, or something else?
No.
Okay. It just, I just want to remind you, relationships are not easy. We come here to be in relationships of all kinds. And when they get difficult, we suffer, we hurt, we have pain. And it's just important to remember that when we're in this place, we're learning and we're growing and our soul is evolving. Okay? And so when it gets to the point where you're done with the pain, with the suffering, then you surrender to it and you get to that point where I just said, if I wasn't afraid, what would I do? Then you learn, then you make your decision based on what feels right. So just, try not to get into that suffering point, but if you do, you're learning, and then just surrender to it, let go. Sometimes it does help to imagine the worst. What would I do if this happened? And then, talk yourself backwards through that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Just hang in there. But right now, I don't see a breakup in the immediate future. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thanks. It's 94.3 The X. We'll take a quick song break, but just a reminder, if you're calling in and you want to use a fake name, just use it right off the bat.
Please do. And the reason I need a name is it kind of helps me tune in. Even if it's a fake name, you're giving me permission on an energetic level. Even with a fake name, I'm getting permission from your database card way up in wherever it is. It's your way of giving me permission to tune in. So that's why I need a name of any kind.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so also if another option for you is to send us a Facebook message on our Facebook page, 94.3 The X. If you can't go on the air or you don't want to go on the air and you want to use a fake name too, you can shoot us a Facebook message and you can remain anonymous if you choose to. Just look us up, 94.3 The X, and you can send us that Facebook message.
Don't want to creep you out or anything. But we're feeling the vibe right now.
You gonna listen to all that new rock alternative?
And I think you like us.
You want to split it?
94.3 The X. Front Range Alternative.
1-800-595-2943. So we'll get right to calls. We also have some Facebook messages that we will get to as well that people have been sending us. 94.3 The X. It's 94.3 The X. Who's this?
Hi, this is Claire.
Hey, Claire.
I'm a Pisces, and I would like to ask Marla whether she sees any changes for me this year in terms of my residence or my health, if things are going to be better this year.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling me you're a Pisces. That's great. Happy birthday early.
Thank you.
Sure. First, just give me your, are you a March Pisces or a February Pisces?
March 4th.
3-4. Okay, so my dear, you are in, let me just jump into your numerology real quick while I flip cards. You're in a numerology year of 7, okay? That's the same one I'm in. Now, a 7 year is a year of spiritual inner growth. So you may just feel like reading, being alone. You can't get enough metaphysical stuff. You just want to really do research and work on yourself and dig up your stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is it can be a very private year, very introverted year. Not that you won't still feel social, but not as social. But it's a lot of growth. It's the cocoon phase. So next year you'll be in the butterfly phase. So don't think there's anything wrong with you if you just feel like just sitting home and watching a movie. The cards show change coming in. You want to know if you're going to move. I do show a new beginning. I got the Ace of Pentacles with the Chariot, which means go for it. I do show the Death card in the past, meaning you've recently let go of something or shifted something.
Yes.
Now, the change, that's good. So what did you let go of, a relationship or a job or?
My life in New York.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's huge. And you moved here to Colorado?
2.5 years, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. So there's a lot of fear in you. I pull the Devil card with the Cruelty card, which those together mean self-imposed pain, meaning you're causing yourself to work. Okay, you understand that.
Worry.
Okay. Yeah.
Worry.
Now, are you looking for a new job? Because I got the new job card.
Well, I'm actually wondering if I'm going to stay in this apartment that I'm in, or if I'm going to move into something that's a little less rural.
It's possible. Depends on the money situation. So you are working, correct?
No.
Okay, so
I'm
then
on disability right now.
Okay, so then you have to wait for this job to come in or this disability payment. There's money coming to you first, and then you get to move. And I got the patience card because I'm getting patience, let go of your fear. Now, keep in mind what I've been saying all hour is when we are in fear, when we're in pain and or suffering, we're being tested. And there's no one exempt from suffering and pain in this life here. Nobody. I don't care how rich you are, how famous you are, or anything. We all go through this. And when we get to the point of surrender, where we just say, I give up, okay? And you let go of that fear, that's usually, and you can look back at your past, that's usually when things break free. So the sooner you can quit beating yourself up, be more patient and just trust the process, trust spirit, reconnect with spirit, because suffering and pain means you're disconnected. Connect with spirit, meditate, read some good books. The sooner things will come through for you. If I had to give you a timeline as to when you'll move, it doesn't feel like, this may feel like a long time, so don't get disappointed, but a lot of it depends on you. It doesn't feel like till fall.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
That's not really so long.
Okay, good. I'm glad I gave you good news. Okay.
When you get to my age.
Okay. Well, just hang in there.
Good news.
Just hang in there. I do feel a change, but it's money related. So either you're going to get some more disability, or you'll find a part-time job, or you'll be able to go back to work, or some way of earning money. Money will come first, and then you will move. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Thanks, Claire.
Thank you so much.
Great, thanks.
Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye. It's 94 through the X. I love how she opened up. I'm a Pisces. I love that. All right, so we have 3 Facebook messages now that we should probably get to.
We probably should. Go ahead.
All right, so first one is from, let's see. Yep, real first name. Okay, so Allison says, I would like some insight into my career, where it's headed, when things might change.
Okay.
So this is for Allison.
So let's see if she's got any career changes in 2016 coming up. All right, Allison. Ooh, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. I got right off the bat, the second card I pulled was job change. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to quit or get fired or laid off. It means there's a chance of, like I told the previous gal a couple calls ago, promotion, money increasing. It could be move related as well, but I do see a change for you. It ends with victory and Wheel of Fortune.
Nice.
So let me look at timeline here for Allison. There's an opportunity that's very present right now, like if there's a chance to go for a promotion or a transfer within, or if there is something outside your company or your business that you were thinking about, advance on it or go for it now, because that's the Wheel of Fortune. It feels like you're really, I'll use the word ripe for the pickings between now and June. So that feels really good. And then it kind of calms down, and then it gets really strong again, like around October, November. So there's a double hit, or I call leapfrog effect. So there could be a change this spring. It gets calm, and then it goes up again in the mid to late fall. So it could be a promotion, or it could be a move and then a promotion, or something like that. But you have a double whammy this year. So hang in there. It looks great.
All right, awesome. That was for Allison. She sent us a Facebook message to our Facebook page, 943DX. If you'd like to do that, you can do that as well and either use your real name or fake name. Some people can't always call in, and that's fine, so you can shoot us that Facebook message, 943DX. I also have one from Angela regarding a question regarding her sister. Her name is Michelle. Her nickname was MJ. She passed away unexpectedly. Angela is wanting to know if you know what was happening.
When Michelle died? Okay.
Yes, and she asked, did she plan it this way?
I feel, okay, so I'm going to put Michelle on a teeter-totter with Angela.
Okay.
And just see what she shows me right up to her passing. I feel, and it's kind of hard because Angela's not here to back me up. But what I feel like is I feel like a pushing away. The teeter-totter on Michelle's side gets longer and longer and longer, which means distancing myself or pushing myself away from maybe her sister or family members. I also feel, was it planned? It was what she hoped for. So in other words, I don't know if it was planned right down to the whole act or whatever happened, but I do feel like she had hoped it would go the way it did, meaning she did want to pass, she was ready to go, and she was hoping to be done. And so as hard or as painful as this may sound, I'm very sorry, Angela, for your loss. It is what she wanted, and it's so difficult. I guess the peace for you would be knowing that this was something that she wanted, that she had hoped for, and that she is at peace now. I do feel her almost coming back around and just apologizing, like, don't worry about me, I'm okay. On the other side, I feel like she's, in hindsight, it's almost like I would have done it differently than what I did in this, but it's almost like I don't want to say there's regret, but she would choose to do it differently than the way she did it here. And so when we die, I believe we go through a review process, and she's been through review or in review, and she's seeing how what she did may have hurt others, and that she would do it differently given the choice next time. Not that there will be a choice, but that kind of thing. So in other words, she's sorry, and she wants everyone, to know in the family that she didn't mean it to turn out that way, but it did, but that's what she wanted. That makes sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing, but it's, she's realized that she could have done it or handled it in a better way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was taking her own life or an accidental death.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it happened the way that
it happened the way she wanted to go, but she would do it differently next time.
Okay.
Okay.
So mixed feelings. She's obviously loves her family.
Yes.
And is thinking about them.
Yes.
Okay. Our next Facebook message is from, let's see, she said, let me make sure real name is okay. Okay. So this is from Deanna. She was wanting to know, kind of a two-part question or separate. She wanted to know how her marriage is going, and her husband's name is Boo.
Boo.
Yes.
I think we've had that before. We've had that name. Either it's people are using that or that's the same caller from a few months ago. Deanna and Boo. Okay, let's look. I'll put you guys on a teeter-totter, and then I'll also flip some cards at the same time. Interesting. I'm curious, and I always flip cards with my eyes closed for people who are ever around me, because I like to be surprised too when I open my eyes. So when I look at the teeter-totter, I feel like that Boo is more distant or more transparent or see-through than Deanna. Now, Deanna feels to be mad or frustrated, and she's side saddle on the teeter-totter, and Boo feels to be side saddle, but more willing to jump off. So there could be some things on his end where he is fed up, or he's just not all there or not willing to work on it. When I look at the cards, I do feel that Deanna, if you're not speaking up, Deanna, you need to speak up more about your feelings, not in an accusatory way, but in a way of what you're needing, what you're feeling. I do feel that you guys are weathering the storm. You're definitely in a tornado, hurricane storm right now, but there is still some hope if, because you guys are soulmates. So soulmates can be a difficult relationship. People go looking for their soulmate, but it can also be very challenging because soulmate relationships have karma.
Yeah.
And you have to work through lessons. And so this is one of those times where you guys have a lesson. And I can't tell you 100% that, yeah, you're going to work through this, because both parties have to be engaged. And I feel like Boo right now is he's very hurt. He's just really withdrawn. And so if it were me, Deanna, I would just keep working on me. If you do need to apologize, then apologize. If there's no need to apologize, then just keep working on yourself and work on your own baggage, and he'll come back towards you. Just quit fighting, quit, pressuring, and just both of you need to just kind of go to your corners and just kind of let things calm down.
Okay. Gotcha. And then she also wanted to know about her father, who passed away a year and a half ago. His name is Skeeter.
Oh, that's a great nickname. Skeeter is... There's a dog with him. I want to say it's a dark-colored dog, black or brown. Very frisky dog. Very, very frisky, like that of Jack Russell. I'm not saying it's Jack Russell, but it's very hyper like that.
Okay,
like
so
a terrier.
Some kind of terrier. Okay.
Woo-hoo, very fast dog. And I think it even liked Frisbees, because I saw a Frisbee go through the room. He's okay. He's fine. I also want to say this. If this is him, I also feel a man who may have had... I feel like he had dentures or bridges or something. He's shown me his smile, but his smile is good now. If he had some teeth missing, they're not missing anymore. And I also want to say he's in a really good place. I feel very satisfied. He also liked flannel. When he lived here, he may have been known to wear flannel shirts. So just some validation for you on those few things. A dog with him, teeth are better or beautiful now, healthy, happy, and flannel. So that's all I can get to right now, but he's okay. Skeeter's good.
Perfect. Skeeter's good. Good. It's 94.3 The X. We actually just got another Facebook message. We'll get right to that here from Steven. He said, I recently had some big changes in my life in the last year, divorce and relocation, just wondering what the future holds for me and my career. And then he added, he's a Taurus.
All right, Steven. Here we go. Mr. Taurus. Strong like bull. Here we go. All right. So, yes, you have had a lot of change. I've got the Devil card coming up, which is Capricorn. And the Devil card is about fears and being your own worst enemy. So the key thing to remember, Stephen, is not to beat yourself up, not to take the blame. We all have to own our own stuff, but there's, other people that always have their stuff. So be kind to yourself. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't be negative. You have a lot of things, good things. Happiness and the sunshine is coming towards you. You do have love coming again when you're ready. It's not in the immediate future, but I do show the possibility. I mainly show a job change. If you haven't changed yet, it's coming, or a promotion, because I got wealth with a new job, and it's going to be something different than what you've been doing. So it feels very positive. Stay hopeful. Get out of the negative, poor me, victim, angry at self, martyr place. Get out of that. That's nasty. And just start feeling more like the emperor that you are. And own your stuff. Work on you. And then just stay very positive and stay very much in the present. Not much can go wrong in the present. When it does, you deal with it then. But just stay very, very much in the moment. And don't go into fear.
Okay, awesome. Okay. That's for Steven. It's 94.3 The X, psychic Marla Mitchell in the studio. We're actually all out of time because we need to take a commercial break.
What?
I know. This hour went by so quick.
It did. We had a lot of calls.
Yes, but if you want to send us messages on Facebook throughout the week, and we'll get to them next week, you can do so as well. And also call in as well, which we have people calling, but we can't get to them. Sorry.
So sorry, people.
It's 94.3 The X, psychic Marla Mitchell on next week, again, every Wednesday for the entire 8 o'clock hour. If people want to get in touch with you, how can they do so?
I have a website, marlamitchell.com. I also have a office number, 223 888-858-3457. I usually book out about 2 or 3 weeks, so you can't get in this week or next week. I'm sorry. I'm very busy. But so call in on my office phone, and I'll get you in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
MarlaMitchell.com. We'll see you next week, Marla.
Alternative for the Front Range.
You gotta open up his eyes to the music.